Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be planting some flowers. Gotta get those pollinators back in the area. Let's get to it. All right, so down here I have my containers that I'm going to be growing in. I'm gonna grow some flowers in here, some marigolds, and I can't remember what the other one is, but we'll get to that. Over here, I just pre-moistened my soil for the soil blockers. Hey, we gonna get into it today. Over here, I got my soil blocker. We're gonna do some soil blocking today. Got me a little mini soil blocker here. I may mess around with that as well. And then I got all my seeds here that we're gonna be planting. I'm not gonna plant my sunflower collection, but I will be planting some sunflowers today. So let's get to it. All right, we all set up for you. So the first thing that we got right here are the pale pink dwarf milady aster china. So we're gonna try these right here in these pots. I'm gonna depend on how many seeds. These are old seeds, so these seeds are from, when are these seeds from? 2021. So I don't know, but I'm gonna plant them heavy in probably about 6 plants and 6 pots, and we'll see how they do. Let me get 2 more pots up here. All right, already got them pre-moistened. So like I said, we're gonna go super heavy. We're gonna use all these seeds. I don't know how many it is, but it's a whole bunch of them, and it's supposed to plant them quarter inch deep. So I'm just gonna rough up the top just like so. Get that big chunk out of there. Rough up the top a little bit, just like that. And then I'm gonna sprinkle, like I said, we're going heavy. I'll thin them if I have to, but 2021 seeds, you know, you gotta go heavy on them. That's heavy right there, guys. That's heavy. All right. So I'm just gonna press these in a little bit. Get that good seed to soil contact. And let me go get my perlite. All right, so I got my perlite. You know I gotta have it in my TSC cup. It always does better when you use a TSC cup. Don't ask me why. I ain't make the rules, I just live by them. All right, we're gonna get those covered up. It's windy, I know y'all can see that. It's windy out here. That's all right though, the show keeps going. All right. I'm gonna, oh, I gotta label these jokers. Let me get something to label these with. All right, well, all those are planted. I'm gonna sit them out the way. Might be better if I sit these on the ground. The next thing that I'm gonna be planting is some marigolds. Let me, so this is the Pollinator Garden Collection from Haus. I think I talked about these in a previous video. But in the rest of these pots, I'm planting some marigolds in there, the Sparky mix, and some Bachelor Button polka dot mix. Now these I bought this year, so they're 2025 seeds. Yep. So I'm only planting one per of these. Let's do the marigolds first. I mean, it's 250 seeds here, so I may do 2 per or 3 per. And yeah, I'll do 3 per. And I'll probably thin it though to 1 because you don't need a bunch of marigolds in one little pot like this. 1. All right, we got all the marigolds planted and put down here on the ground. Now it's time for the Bachelor Buttons. I've already sprinkled a few in there, so I need to pat these down a little bit. I went a little heavy with these as well because, I mean, I got 250 seeds of them, so, and I don't know exactly how these are gonna grow. So I just sprinkled some in there, and hopefully it turns out okay. So with this one, I'm just gonna label 1. All right, and I need to move. Oh no. Well, yeah. Let me sprinkle a little bit of perlite on there. All right, so we got all the container plants planted. I think next I want to, let's see, what I want to plant next. Let's do Cosmos, Morning Glories, and some more Cosmos. And we're going to do these in soil blocks. So let me get set up for the soil blocking. Okay, so let's get the soil blocks ready first. Get my soil up here. So this is my pre-moistened soil right here. A lot of people like to make their soil super wet. I like mine. I mean, that's dripping, but that's about where I want it to be, okay? I want to be able to wring it out just a little bit like that, and that's enough for me. Now when you're doing soil blocks, it's gonna get messy, but you wanna press it down in there real good, like. All right, about like that. And then you need yourself a flat bottom tray like that. And then you sit it where you want it at. And now I'm gonna, hope y'all can see that in there. I'm gonna push down on this, but really I'm pulling up on this. So I'm doing more like this than I am like this. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So I just pull it on up and keep coming up, and bam, there you go. Bring you on in here. And that's the soil block right there. And so I'm gonna continue on and just making more blocks. All right, that one wasn't the best, but it will work. As long as you got that little divot in there, that's all you really need, because that's where your seed's gonna be. Let me get this out the way. So now, and that's not the prettiest, you know, but like I said, it's gonna get the job done, and it's not always about being the prettiest. It's about being functional and getting the job done. So I got my soil blocks here, and I got my seeds in my back pocket. They're right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 3, 3, and 2. I'm gonna do 3 morning glory. I'm gonna do 3 of this type of Cosmo and 2 of this type of Cosmo right here. And the cool thing about soil block is that, you know, it has that little dibble right there, and so you already have a spot to put your seeds in there. And I'm gonna put 2 in each. Now let's talk real quick about soil blocking, all right? I'm not a huge fan of soil blocking. And now I don't mind doing my flowers in soil blocks, but my vegetables, I don't particularly like it, and I'm gonna tell you why. So when the vegetable grows out, or even when these flowers grow out, there's nothing stopping the roots. I feel like that wind about to start blowing. There's nothing that's stopping the roots from going from one soil block to the next. So when you take these out of here to transplant them, you have to rip the roots apart. I don't like that. I don't like to add any type of stress to the transplanting process. So that's why I don't like it. Other than that, I mean, it's cool, you know, it works well. Some people say that you save soil. I don't really see that as something. You don't really save soil, because the amount of soil that it takes to make this block right here would be just about the same as me putting it in a cell tray, depending on the size of the cell tray. Oh shoot, I did 4 of those. I'm sitting here talking. I'm just going. I'm gonna leave them. I'm gonna leave them, and then I'm gonna do only 1 row of this other Cosmo. That's probably all I got. Yeah. So I'm gonna do 1 row of that one. I'm gonna reuse some. I had filled these out before and I didn't need them, so I'm gonna reuse them. Cosmos. Oh man, that's right. How I'm gonna do that? I don't know. I'm gonna leave it like that for right now. And then, so I got Cosmos over here. I got Cosmos over here. And we're gonna go Morning Glories in the middle in these three. Yeah, I got plenty in there. I'm gonna use them all. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, if you like soil blocking, that's cool. I'm not knocking it. It's just not something that I'm gonna do all the time. If I just feel like having fun and just doing something, you know, I'll go ahead and do it like how I'm doing these right here. I got 4 more seeds. Put one in there, one in there, one in there, and one in there. Okay. So now that I got everything, so I'm gonna put it like that. There we go. That's how I can do it. I'm gonna put that one in there, and I'm gonna put that one right there. So these are Cosmos, these are Morning Glories, these are Cosmos. Oop, look at that. See? I hit that and knocked it off. But part of that also is I didn't sift this, okay? If you're gonna soil block, you should probably sift your medium that you're gonna use, because the more sifted it is, the better it forms in a block. The more chunky it is, the less it wants to form. This is still gonna do well, you know. I don't believe in, you know, it's got to look perfect. So, but if you want yours to look perfect, then or you want yours to form better, I recommend sifting your seed starting mix and get all the big chunks out of it, and that will definitely help with your soil blocks keeping the form like they should. And okay. Easy peasy. Soil blocking is done. I'm gonna take these inside the greenhouse. All right, y'all. These are my bootstrap farmer trays. I love these trays. This is a 72 cell tray, and I use this tray for a lot of my like peppers, tomatoes, watermelon. I'll do in these trays. Any of the melons, actually, I'll do in these trays. Squash, I'll do in these trays. They're the perfect size cell for those to grow out in. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fill this one. It's gonna get a little messy up here, but that's all right. All right, so in this tray right here, I'm gonna plant some sunflowers. I'm not gonna plant the entire sunflower collection. I'm probably gonna direct seed most of these, but who knows? I may change my mind and start planting them. But I will plant these because I only have 20 of those, and I'm gonna plant some lettuce in here. I'm gonna plant some zinnias that I got from a seed swap that I did, and I'm gonna plant some nasturtiums. Okay. First thing I'm gonna plant are these sunflowers. I got these sunflowers from marysheirloomseeds.com. I will tag her and list her website below. She's got really good heirloom seeds, open pollinated, non-GMO, non-hybrid. Okay, that's what she grows. She's out of Texas. To be specific, Ben Wheeler, Texas. So if you want to support, if you want to support, small business, there you go. All right, so with sunflowers, you can plant them in the shell just like that, okay? Or you can take them out of the shell and plant them. But one thing that I do recommend is to plant them flat. Do not stick the pointed end down into your soil there. However you do it, shelled or not shelled, plant them flat. And so I'm gonna make, see how many I got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 20. And so her package says 20, but it's more like 30 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 32 in here. So I'm gonna plant 30 of them. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plant 15 of them with shells on and 15 of them without the shells, just to see if there's a difference. So I'll bring you guys back when I have these all shelled and in the holes. All right, so I got all my sunflowers planted over here. Next, I got the Alaska mixed nasturtiums. And I think what I'm going to do with these is I got a spot in mind that I want to put these and then just kind of let them go and, spread or however they want to do it. Because I think this is the vining, one of the vining types. So I'm just going to let it go. And then I got a bunch more seeds that I'm probably going to direct sow as well. But I'm just going to get these started right now. And then the zinnias that I got from the seed swap, I think that they're like ivory something. I got a bunch of seeds here. So I'm just gonna, man, I don't know. She gave me a ton. So I'm sure I'm gonna have to thin these out. That's fine. And there's so many more in there. So yeah, some of these I'm gonna seed them like that and see what happens. Man, that's a bunch of them. So I'm not sure exactly how this is gonna work, but I'm gonna do what I do with them. And then just 2 lettuces that I wanted to grow, and I think, yeah, these are a year old, so I'm gonna put 2 per hole. Hopefully these come up. This is Cherokee lettuce, which I really, really love. And then the other lettuce is a romaine lettuce. And I still got a bunch of seeds left, so I may end up direct seeding some of those, but they won't last very long because once the heat gets them down here in Georgia, they ain't gonna stand a chance. But they're good to about 80 degrees, I guess. And romaine lettuce is more of a heat tolerant lettuce. It's saying about 80 degrees. It's gonna kick the bucket. All right, and I already got them all labeled. Now I just need some perlite. Y'all see that wind blowing? And I know I'll get a lot of questions about, you know, why do I use a perlite? I think that it holds in moisture, so it keeps your seeds from drying out, which is very crucial at this stage as far as starting seeds. I've noticed that by adding this perlite, I definitely get a better germination rate than if I just take this soil and sprinkle it over it, because this soil will dry out fast. All right, y'all. Well, that's it for this video. Got a lot planted today. I love planting flowers. I started planting flowers probably about 3 years ago. Is when I first started, and man, do they bring in the pollinators, and they make your garden look great too. So definitely, if you haven't got your flowers in to get them planted, go ahead. And I'm in zone 8B, so we're about a month away from our last frost date. So 4 weeks is perfect time to start your flowers indoors and get ready for the season. I mean, man, it's probably 75 degrees here today. Just absolutely gorgeous day. A little bit windy, so I hope that the wind didn't mess with the video too much. But yep, that's all I got for you today. As y'all know, Hoss is an affiliate of mine, and I used a lot of Hoss stuff here today. Hoss and Bootstrap, and that's all of the affiliates that I probably used today. But I also used some Baker Creek seeds and some Mary's heirloom seeds. So I will link Mary below. Everybody knows where Baker Creek is. So yep, that's it for the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and don't forget to do all the YouTube stuff. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.